What's up? Y to the O to the U to the tube. I got some interesting news for you. Oh yeah! I just wanted to come in here and talk about a little something that you may or may not have seen. If you haven't seen it, it's quite likely that you don't have your finger to the pulse of the internet quite as much as some of us do. It's been around now for about a month. It came away, it surfaced, went back under, and now it's resurfaced again. And you can find this video over immediately to your sidebar there, right over there. So just go down to the comments and you click away and you get to watch what I'm talking about. I recommend you do it right now. Just pause this video, just go view it. Just watch the whole thing. It's great. And I know you're thinking to yourself, why would I do that? I've watched 5 seconds of it. I can't stand it. Watch it. And then we'll come back and we'll discuss it. I'll wait. Aha! Amazing. Amazing. Was it? This is one of the finest pieces of art I've ever seen in my life. And I call it art, not because it's executed particularly well, but in all honesty, my definition of art is it's a medium that has been created using some means, whether it be paints or photography or videography or sound or some sort of conglomerations of sensory things that provoke feeling and thought. Okay, and that to me that's art. To me, Jackass the movie was kind of art. Okay, so my definition of art a little loose. I'm comfortable with that knowledge. Now that said, this is one of the most thought-provoking pieces I've seen in a while because I cannot, for the life of me, determine whether or not it's parody. And my original assumption was that it was, when I first saw the video, I was like, oh, these guys, you're playing around. They're like the Christian, they are Weird Al. You know, they're like what Weird Al is to pop music. You know, they're pretending that this is a real Christian song, this is a real Christian problem, that front hugging is a real problem or whatever. No, come to find out through a little bit of research and about reading. This is my new obsession, by the way. So I've spent the past couple of days just singing the song to people. At a Christian youth conference this last year, sometime this year, they discussed the fact that when you hug somebody from the front, your business all touches. You know, if you're hugging a girl, her boobs get all up on you. If you're hugging if you're hugging a guy or a girl, you're getting his junk pressed up against you, or your pubes are meeting or whatever. And you know this causes you to think impure thoughts. And because we're thinking impure thoughts, that's not Christian, you know? And we're trying to stay virgins, you know? We're trying to stay right in the eyes of God or whatever. And so since we're trying to do that, we shouldn't be leading to temptation about like holding hands or any of that stuff. And front hugging is just right out. Especially if you're like a dude hugging another dude and your jokes are all like, brrr. And I don't think most dudes do the lean forward. Yeah, come on, bro. You lean forward when you're hugging a dude. So when you're hugging a girl, you're all like, I don't know. I don't know how Christians hug. When I hug a girl, well, it's different when I'm hugging because the reality of it is I have like Peter Griffin syndrome. I mean, I got so much stuff in the way that in all reality, no matter what direction you hug me from, you're not going to find my junk by hugging me, and B, it's probably going to make me horny. Because I'm really lonely. I ain't never even talked to a girl before. They scare me. But back to the point. Apparently when Christians hug, they all rub their junks up against each other, and you don't want to do this. So what you do now is you come in from the side, you know, and you hug them. Oh, how you doing? Hug. Which pretty much everybody has to hug me because you're not going to get your arms around me. It ain't going to happen. That's you one tall motherfucker. But the point that I'm making is so that concept, I don't even really have a problem with that. If you believe that Jesus, you know, Jesus is angered when you hug in front because you think of how great her boobs feel against you, that's just as valid as anything else. Not eating pork, turning and facing, Mecca and praying 5 times a day or however many times it is. I don't, whatever your beliefs is your beliefs. I support that. So you don't want a front hug anymore, okay? But don't make a song about it. And what's particularly awesome about the song is they get it wrong. Okay, where to start? Okay, so if you've been waiting for this video to start getting funny, it gets funny right about here. Right about now. So let's look at the lyrics. Give me that Christian side hug, that Christian side hug. I'm a rough rider filled up with Christ's love. Now, I don't think I've quoted enough there to where there's any problem with that. But I'm a rough rider filled up with Christ's love. I want you to go type Rough Rider into Google, and you're going to find one of two things, for the most part. Number one, you're going to find out that a rough rider is a roughneck soldier of a gang or a mafia or that kind of thing. A rough rider, man, he's a bad person, and he does bad things. And, you know, he don't want to get caught riding dirty. And this person is a bad person for Jesus. So that doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because Jesus doesn't really need Rough Riders to spread love and caring and kindness and all that stuff. He doesn't need people to punch you in the face because you missed your payment on love, or because you're selling drugs in Jesus' territory. He doesn't need you to shoot somebody else. So I'm pretty sure they don't mean that kind of Rough Rider. If you look up Rough Rider condoms, yeah, man, I've used some Rough Rider condoms. You do not want a Rough Rider condom filled with Christ's love. That is wrong, and pretty much, I don't think that's what they mean. So basically what I'm trying to say is, I don't think they mean that they shoot people in the face for Jesus, and I also don't think they mean that they are condoms filled up with Jesus' liquidations, I guess. Another beautiful lyric, absolutely beautiful lyric, is that don't be front hugging, because I will call your mama, and if I do, you'll go home in a coma. So apparently it's not Christian to hug somebody in the front, but it is Christian to beat your child to near death so that they're in a coma. That is interesting. Again, things I did not know about the religion. Things I did not understand. And if these guys are correct, and certainly they're on stage, people are buying their albums, they're all over the internet, this is valid. I mean, if it's invalid, God would smite them, right? I'm pretty sure about this. If this is not God's will, if this is not God's word, how would I know about it? I'm pretty sure. That's the way my logical, analytical brain applies itself to this particular topic. Okay, so whatever. Then one guy talks on that he's married, and how great it is to be married because he can hold hands and kiss and front hug all day. He's just walking up to his wife and be like, "Oh, baby, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. While we hug in the front." Ow. That's what I did not write this. This is not my idea. And then my favorite lyric, honestly, I think now, reviewing them all, my favorite lyric is the one that said, Jesus did not hug nobody like that. Which, I don't know about you, but since you invented the hug in 2009, did Jesus have a time machine? I guess, did he go back? You invented okay, so you invented the hug in 2009, but Jesus lived 2,000 years ago, but Jesus didn't hug anybody, so Jesus didn't hug anybody. Because the only hugs there were front hugs, really. And so the Bible's wrong. I guess the Bible's wrong. Said Jesus hugged people. I don't know. But that's my overall thought of this. People wanted me to talk about it. So I'm talking about it. So give me that Christian side hug, ladies and gentlemen, right here on YouTube. You need to talk about this because it is the best thing. You need to get that video out so that we can save people's souls. Because, you know, the last time I hugged somebody, I hugged them from the front. And they're going to burn in the deepest pits of hell. Because their booby tits rubbed up against my booby tits. And God help us all.